Hey family, it's Monika here, mental health therapist. I'm here in my private practice and wanted to share with you one feeling that I think we have to understand in order to move from being stuck to experiencing greater joy and happiness in our lives. I meet with a lot of clients here in my office who come to me because they're anxious, they're sad, and they're worried. And sometimes they don't do that added extra work to understand how this feeling is impacting their lives. And the feeling that I'm referring to is fear. Some of you may have heard the acronym of FEAR, where it stands for false evidence appearing real. But sometimes I don't think we do the deeper work of understanding how fear actually plays out in our lives and keeps us from reaching our goals. So there's two things that I want you to understand about how fear hinders you. One is that fear lies to you. It gets you thinking things about yourself, your circumstances, and your situation that actually isn't true. So it causes you to feel down on yourself, or to feel like you're inadequate, or like you're not worth it, or certain things wouldn't have happened to you had you not done certain things or been around certain people. So fear will make these interpretations about the things that have happened in your life based off of prior situations. So it goes back to that acronym of false evidence appearing real. There are things in your life that's giving you evidence that you're not a good person. It's giving you evidence that you're not worth it. It's giving you evidence that you don't deserve to be where you are, or to reach your goals, or to have your dreams manifest. But you have to challenge those thoughts and ideas, because your desires would not have been placed in you if it wasn't meant for you to reach those things. So I always encourage people to challenge those negative ideas and perceptions that you believe are true when actually they're not. Two is because you misunderstand it. You misunderstand it because you may see people around you who are experiencing success, people around you who are making things happen. And again, those negative thoughts start to come back, those feelings of inadequacy start to come back, and then you begin to believe and internalize that things that are for you aren't for you, or things that you have experienced are bigger than what they really are. So fear will cause us to have a view or a vision of things that's really out of proportion to the impact that it really has on our lives. So in order to have a better understanding of fear, you have to get to the root cause of what's causing the fear to be there. One, it's understanding that fear is a natural emotion. So to push it away as if it shouldn't be there, or to think that people who are successful don't experience fear, is again, it's not a thought that's working for you. It's not a thought that's benefiting you. And instead of you thinking that fear shouldn't be there, I ask you to start thinking about, what is the fear trying to tell you? What is the reason that fear is there? What are some past situations and experiences that have happened in your lives that either have caused heightened fear, that have caused you to respond in a way where the fear is greater than the circumstance that is at hand? And once you start doing a little digging and doing a little bit more work, you'll sometimes find, or oftentimes find, that there's a root cause for that fear. That fear could have been instilled because of past roles that you had to play in your family, or because of a dominating or fearful or aggressive parent. It could have been because you were in protection mode for some part or portion of your life, and this natural conditioning of fear just kind of comes up as a way in which you respond to situations and circumstances. So we have to pull back some layers of some things that happen in your life to give better meaning and better understanding as to why the fear is there. So there are two things that I think that if fear comes up, that you can start asking yourself, as opposed to pushing fear away. So sometimes, instead of us sitting with the fear and questioning the fear and wondering why it's there, we have a tendency to diminish it or push it away, or think that it's not supposed to be there, and we judge it. So the one thing that we do in therapy is we work on noticing. It's not judging the emotion. It's not judging the feeling. It's just noticing that it's there. It's noticing the feelings and the sensations in your body. Where are you feeling this natural emotion? Are you feeling it in your chest? Are you feeling it in your stomach? Are you feeling it in your shoulders, in your hands? So one is just to start noticing the emotion. And once you begin noticing the emotion, I want you to start thinking about, where is this feeling coming up for me in some situations more than others? And you'll start to notice that your fear responses may come up around certain people more. They may come up in certain specific situations more. They may come out when you're trying to take on a specific task or when you're trying to accomplish something, you'll notice that the fear will come up more. So I want you to start noticing it, not judging it, not feeling guilty or bad or ashamed of the fact that you have the feeling, but really noticing where it's coming up and why it's coming up. When that feeling of fear comes up, I want you to also ask yourself, what is this feeling telling me about myself? What is this feeling telling me about my situation and my circumstances, and should I believe it? Should I go with it, or should I challenge the fear? And the more that you begin to do this critical work around these internal fears and beliefs and ideas that you have, then you'll start to see that you have more room to experience different types of emotions, to bring more joy into your life, to bring more happiness in your life. And sometimes these are things that you can't do on your own because fear can be debilitating. There are certain levels to fear. Fear can be as simple as you being on edge. It can be you kind of having this intuition about something, or this gut feeling, or feeling like something is off, to terror and frightenment, being frightened and being paralyzed in certain situations. So you understanding the level of fear is important too, because sometimes the level of fear is best worked through in a therapeutic setting. So you have to kind of know where you are, know how debilitating that fear is for you, and then figure out what steps you need to take to reduce the fear so you can move from being stuck to creating more joy and happiness in your life. I hope this video has helped you today. If it has, please share it. We'll be releasing more videos for Mental Health Awareness Month, and we hope that you'll tune back in and share these videos, learn what you can about increasing your mental mindset and creating the life in which you desire.